Hello everybody, it's your boy here, Mint Leaf, YouTube's most skill issue gamer. Let's begin with the normal stages of the Arknights celebration event, I Portatori dei Velluti. Starting from PV-1, Astray. This is the team that I'm going to be using: Vanilla, Fang, Hibiscus, Cruz, Adnakill, Ansel, and just one more to block, just in case I leak, which is Norcorn. And then for the fireworks, I'm going to bring the first powder, the first charge, and also just the small cross. See this small cross? Okay, let's begin. PV-1 is very simple. In case you guys somehow skip the tutorial, which is, I don't believe that can happen, but okay. Let's draw down Vanguards as usual. What happens is that for this event, there's a gimmick called Carnival, which is this fuse right here. This firework fuse will slowly go towards the fireworks, and when it hits, it will light up. When it lights up in that specific range that you have, that you can change, both your operators and enemies will take damage over time, but it will also give a special effect. So for this firework charge that I have, will give tenacity. Tenacity means that the lower your HP is, the stronger a certain effect is, and in this case it's attack speed. Come on, give me my Ansel, thank you. Something special about Carnival is that if your operators are defeated during Carnival, they actually won't be defeated. There will be like a purple ring around them. That means that they have taken fatal damage, and then as soon as Carnival ends, that means when the fireworks run out, your operators will be defeated instantly. They also cannot be healed during this time. So it's important to have, if you want to keep your operators alive even after Carnival ends, you need to make sure they never die in the first place. Okay, Carnival is over. Also, when Carnival is active, certain enemies will lose their effects. For example, these guys are actually invisible. Once Carnival starts, they will not be invisible anymore. Honestly, it's not a super difficult gimmick, to be honest. But I do think that some people on EN probably can't beat. Also, burn damage is a thing. Burn damage can be inflicted by enemies when Carnival is active. So you see, your operators cannot inflict burning, but the enemies can.
Mission accomplished.
Okay, PV-1 is over. Like I said, very straightforward.
We
will see how the fireworks can really make an impact in the later stages. But that's it for PV-1. Okay guys, let's clear PV-2, paths taken. Very simple stage as well. For the fireworks, just this cross-shaped setup, very simple setup is okay, just like that. Then you need Fang, Vanilla, Paprika, Midnight, Catapult is not needed, and then after that, Ansel and Hibiscus. There we go, and just begin. New enemy is introduced on this stage, which is honestly just a very normal ranged enemy. These guys, the firework merchants, they are just very regular enemies.
Okay.
Deploy Vanguards for some DP generation.
Everyone, follow me. Your work is so.
Okay, now let's start putting down our medics. One medic here to increase our attack. Whenever, this is the thing though, during Carnival, grant 50% attack. This one is a passive, so you don't have to worry about the range like this one. It's different. It's a very different thing. Okay, Popka, and basically that's kind of it until the end. It's on.
Always won by the most experienced. First aid box is ready. Everyone, follow me. Ready to heal.
Okay, Vanilla and Fang are going to die because when these guys walk out of range from Paprika, they will get hit. But right now, Carnival is still active. Also, you see that something very interesting there is that when Carnival is over, they will go back to their pathing. You saw that what these enemies, they went up here instead of going down, continuing attacking this firework launcher.
Your work, take that.
I'm still surprised that Vanilla is still dead. Okay, Vanilla's finally dead. Okay. These enemies really don't do a lot of damage. Okay. Carnival is probably for the last time. Activate Paprika skill, activate Midnight skill as well, activate my medic skill to keep everyone alive. They have destroyed the fireworks launcher incredibly fast, but it doesn't matter because they are all dead as well. Remember, when attack speed tenacity means that the lower the HP of your operators, the higher the attack speed is. Okay, that's it for PV-2. Okay guys, let's clear PV-3. In this stage, we're going to be using the mechanics of Carnival, including the balloons. So let's begin. This is the team that I use: Vanilla, Fang, Cruz, Ansel, Malantha, and Anakil, using the first powder right here, and try and make this shape. It's like a very weird shape with an extra tile up here. Let's go. So for this stage, what I mean about the Carnival mechanic is the mechanic where your operators cannot die during Carnival. So let's just drop down our what's it called? Vanguards first to gain DP. Okay, so remember that during the Carnival, when the fuse has hit the this firework launcher, your operators cannot die. Let's also drop down our two what's it called? Actually, there's no need to drop them down super early. Drop Malantha on this tile. Malantha will help to block one of these guys and kill him. Okay, these balloons are incoming. Drop down both of your archers, your marksmen here, to take them out. Ansel's use here is only to heal enough so that the fuse can actually hit this firework launcher. Okay, Carnival has begun. Actually, Ansel is not okay. You see, Anakil actually has taken fatal damage, but well, the purple ring, that means he's not going to die yet. He will only die if Carnival ends. However, you can see, let's also activate some of my other operator skill, give them more damage. Ansel will only die if Carnival ends, but Carnival can be extended if you pop these balloons. So as you see, the firework launcher will slowly recover HP if you pop balloons. As you can see, those balloons are enough for us to keep the firework launcher active.
A very successful operation.
Okay, that's it for PV-3. Very simple. A very good way to use. It's a very good way to show the mechanics of Carnival and how you can use them to help yourself. Okay guys, let's clear PV-4 on a guess. What we need to do is create this sort of pattern with the fireworks, and also select the first powder here. There's a team: the Vanilla, Fang, Paprika, Beagle, Cardigan, Steward, Lava, and we don't need Hibiscus, we just need one medic. And let's begin. So for this stage, at least how I go about it is to protect the fuse, because we have two enemies. These one type of enemy, but two of them, new enemies that take a lot less damage when Carnival is not active. Okay, so these guys, the food trucks called Convenient Eats, take less damage when it's not Carnival, and they also need 3 block. So that is why I have what's her name? Cardigan here. Cardigan or Beagle will work too, because as long as it's a medic defender, we just need to stall this very first food truck until the very end. That's it. That's all we need to do. Okay, Ansel. And once we have enough DP, Lava on this tile. That's why we have this pattern, so we can buff Lava. Okay, Cardigan's been taking a beating. Recover HP. Activate Vanilla. Drop down Steward here. I think these guys are weaker towards arts damage, so I have Steward and Lava. Okay, let's swap out Vanilla for Paprika here. Okay, Cardigan recover HP. So you can see basically that's how it's going to happen. Now Carnival is going to be active in 3, 2, 1. And as soon as this guy enters, Lava's going to just activate a skill. Because Lava does get some bonus attack speed as well. Okay, that's okay. And we can change out Fang for Beagle because we need 3 block. Okay, Cardigan HP recovery. Now for, I think, what is almost the last wave. Activate Paprika's skill. Okay, the fuse is slowly going here to the firework launcher. And right now we use Beagle to block this food truck, because remember, the food truck needs 3 block. Okay, as soon as the fuse hits, these guys will lose their damage reduction. This is honestly quite a fun mechanic because you have to protect the fuse while also finding ways to block these what's it called, food trucks. Okay, activate answer skill. Retreat with cardigan to let this food truck come here, and then watch it get absolutely smashed by everyone here. Okay, wonderful. Thankfully, those food trucks actually don't do a lot of damage. I think they do even less damage than the like the fireball jugglers, mainly because they do physical and not arts. Okay, that's it for PV-4. Okay guys, let's clear PV-5 to new life. This is the team that I'm going to be using. Vanilla, Fang, Paprika, Ansel at midnight. Choose the first powder and also create this particular pattern, which can be done using these two. And also this one. Create this pattern. And I'm going to go borrow my friend's elemental medic. Honeyberry. Honeyberry skill 1 is perfectly fine. I mean, I could just use my own AR altar, but and let's try to play around with some low level units first. Some low rarity units. Because it's kind of fun, honestly, playing with low rarity every now and then. Okay, this is the team that I have. I mean, not this team that I have. So, as always, deploy your operators, your vanguards first. By the way, this is a new enemy. As you can see, this enemy is also invisible. It's a dancing enemy. And basically, she has a ring of fire around her that if she approaches your operator, yeah, she will inflict burning on them.
Please hold on.
Okay, then they will become, but the range will increase. You see, the range is so much larger when Carnival is happening. So right now, Carnival is active, and now it's not. So they become invisible, and the range also decreases. If they are blocked, however, the range also increases. You see, blocked by Paprika, the range is a lot larger. The burning is kind of painful, but honestly, if you have Honeyberry, it's perfectly fine.
Hang in there.
Okay, Carnival is about to begin a second time. Okay, Carnival begins.
Everyone, hang in there.
I have this range on the fireworks just to DPS down these enemies a little bit. Otherwise, you have to wait for them to be blocked by Paprika.
I've got a way to treat you here.
Honestly, this stage kind of looks scary for me as well in the beginning, but honestly, it's not that bad. It's not that bad of a stage. Okay, Carnival's active, so these guys have huge range, huge circle. Remember where they are blocked, they also have this huge circle. Okay, last enemies. Activate both DPS skills. Ansel here is as a supporting medic because I don't think Honeyberry can heal all of them on her own. And also, I want her to focus on healing the elemental damage. Which she does very well for a 5-star, but seriously, AR Altar just, you know, power creeps all of the elemental medics. Okay, that's it for PV-5. Okay guys, let's clear PV-6 Vengeance and I, a slightly more complicated level, but it's this one, right? Yeah, it's this level, slightly more complicated, but here's what you need. You don't need to have any of the firework range active. This is the team that I use. Myrtle, Pudding, Bubble, Cora, Torter, Chestnut, Hummus can actually be replaced by just Malanta is actually more than enough. And Moina.
I'll follow your orders.
You need one. I'm going to be using only 1 6-star. I mean, you can also borrow 1 6-star if you don't have. The core idea is to basically keep the fuse just protected enough so that they will reach the fireworks. Because you see the car runs over the fuse and it loses a lot of health, and then you have to pass under so many of these performers and cause it to lose even more HP. Also, Torter is very nice because he can hit invisible enemies. Okay, Chestnut for the elemental healing. Let's throw down Cora over here. Next one will be Moina. Need some DP, please.
We're counting on you
Moina
again
on this
today,
town.
little apple.
And then Malanta on this town just to take out this one guy. That's all you really need Malanta for.
I see you.
Okay, activate daughter skill. Okay, then you can retreat Malanta at this point. You don't need her anymore. Drop down pudding as well.
I'm up.
Pudding works. Also drop down bubble here as your last line of defense. Moina's skill will be activated once near to the end, but not right now.
Get ready, guys.
Okay, just be a little bit patient. I know these enemies are very dangerous. These enemies are kind of like the
Let's do our best.
jugglers, which they, you know, if they once they're not invisible anymore, they will start to deal a bunch of annoying burn damage, which is really annoying to be honest. Okay, activate daughter skill. Okay, the fuse is over here. It's almost going to the firework launcher. It's okay. That what's the name? Myrtle died. Just drop down Malanta instead. Press chestnut for heal, emergency heal, and everyone's alive. Sometimes I think with my first try, Myrtle didn't die, but probably because I was paying a bit more attention to the chestnut heal. But it's okay. It's perfectly fine. Okay, Carnival has just begun because the fuse has hit the firework launcher. Then just activate Moina. Okay, what's the name? Cora's going to be hit by the burn, but it's okay. As you can see, a lot of balloons will also come and join us for funds in the carnival. But yeah, and that's actually very nice because remember that the balloons can help to restore HP to the firework launcher. Okay, you see Cora's been hit with fatal damage, but that's also fine. That's perfectly fine because, like I said, we can helping it recover a lot of health. These balloons are actually quite useful. And the last enemy has been defeated. So, not bad. Not bad for just using 1 6-star. Oh, and I got the medal for popping balloons. Okay, that's it for PV-6. Okay guys, let's clear PV-7, curtains lifted. For this stage, I don't need any of the firework, I don't need to use the fireworks at all, so I can just turn it off completely. So Myrtle, I don't need pudding either actually. So Myrtle, Bubble, Cora, Logos S1, going to be our only 6-star here, Logos S1, and Jaye S1 as well to silence enemies. Now on this stage, there's going to be a new enemy who's like a snack cart vendor, and what he does is that he's going to release small little like remote cars, snack cars, that when they are blocked, they will explode and deal burn damage. I think that they're pretty much like the enemies from the guiding ahead event. Same thing. I think it's literally they just recycled the concept. So the enemy from the guiding ahead event is that same like I just said. There's some guy pushing a cart and he's going to shoot out like some small little remote cars that will blow up in your face. So that's what Jai is here for. Get some DP. Jai is here to help with the silence because they can be silenced, and you see these things silence and they will not explode. Logos is here as our main DPS, and also because with his skill, skill 1, he will immediately defeat all these enemies.
The illumination of wisdom.
Immediately they just get defeated. Don't worry if Jai dies, by the way. He's a fast redeploy, so if he dies, they can just redeploy him later. What's most important is that we can light this fuse quickly. We can light up the fireworks so that these things will lose their HP. Or not HP, they will lose the damage reduction because that's super annoying. Okay, Jai is about to die. That's perfectly fine if he dies. Okay, Jai is dead.
I hear.
I mean, technically he won't die until after Carnival, but let's just retreat him anyway. Okay, the one just died immediately. Carnival is still active so that they don't have the shield up, which means they get absolutely wrecked by Logos. Okay, one more enemy. Oh, Carnival's over unfortunately, which kind of sucks, because it means we have to wait until the next round to kill off this guy. Oh well.
Mission accomplished.
Well, what do you know? The necrosis damage knocked him below the threshold and Logos immediately defeated it.
Is it over?
I'm very glad we have someone like Logos here. Anyway, that is it for PV-7. Okay guys, let's clear PV-8. This is a very simple stage because you can literally two-man it. This is not the team that I want. The team that you need is just Moina plus one defender. That's all you need. And what you need to do is to activate this one over here and this one over here. That's all you need, these two lines here, to slow down the enemies. Yeah, so the slow powder, so the second one here, and then we can start. So Moina plus Quora. This is not a strategy I care. This is a strategy that I saw Kyostin do, and honestly, it's a really good strategy because you only need two operators, so you can also trust from this stage. Okay, so Moina down here.
Far too familiar.
You don't have to place down Korra yet. What happens is that, you know, as soon as Moina's skill is ready, just activate it. No need for any specific timing, just activate. Go, 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 Moina. Okay. And now we're gonna wait for the fireworks to start. So there's this very annoying vehicle, the beer vehicle, that will shoot a can at your operators every now and then. And what that happens is that it will minus one block. Minus one block, which is just so damn annoying. Okay, Carnival is beginning. Oh, no, it's not beginning, because it got extinguished here. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine, because now the second beer vehicle is coming out. See, minus one block, that is so annoying. Okay, Carnival has started. The timing for activating Moina's next skill activation is once both of these vehicles are in the firework range. That means they've been slowed. And they're dead. And now just drop down Korra here. And we can wait for Moina's next skill activation to win. It's so simple. I can't believe I tried using Virtuosa, and it works sometimes. I don't know why it's not consistent with my Virtuosa here. Virtuosa S3 can cover quite a large range, but for some reason it just doesn't work. I don't know why. Kinda annoying. Okay, fireworks are about to begin. And there you go. As soon as this guy is in Moina's range, activate skill. And there you have it. This also serves as a trust farm because you can just plop down two operators and call it a day. Okay, that's it for PV-8. Okay guys, let's clear PV-9, the Wolf and the Pack. This is a slightly more complicated level. Let me get back my energy. You can turn off all of the fireworks here for this stage. And this is the core operator will be Logos S1, Myrtle, Cutter, Hummus, Pudding, Bubble, and Click. Now what needs to happen is that we're going to be using the immortality mechanic. Your operators cannot die during Carnival. And also the balloons that help you recover HP will spawn here. Okay, let's drop down Myrtle.
Getting shucked hurts, you know.
Gain DP. Let's throw in Logos.
For them, the bell tolls.
And then drop down Hummus here to lane hold.
Guys, this? How should I go one-on-one? Soft guy, huh?
So later on there will be balloons here that spawn above Logos' head. And what will happen is that since Logos' S1 will instantly defeat enemies that are, a lot of weak enemies, those balloons will immediately pop and recover HP for the firework launcher, which is very important. Okay, drop down Click as well. Okay, we need to wait a little bit because I'm going to drop down bubble over here to block this car from extinguishing my fuse. Okay, let's also drop down cutter as well. Can activate pudding. No need, pudding doesn't have to be activated yet. Okay, carnival has begun. Cutter, go, go, go. And also click to DPS this car because this car will hit our firework launcher a few times, but it's perfectly fine. Okay, so during carnival, you see these balloons will immediately pop and restore HP to the firework launcher here. Activate what's the name? Cutter skill again. So you see, it's actually not a big deal at all. This stage can be a little bit annoying to set things up right, but after that, it's not that difficult. Okay, add use pudding for some extra DPS. Nice, that was a lot of damage. Okay, enemies coming in. Okay, and stage will end very soon. Go, go, cutter. And there you have it. Super simple stage, right?
What did I tell you?
Like I said, a little bit annoying to set up because the cars will go around and start and extinguish the fuse. But if you want to bring in like extra tanks to block the cars, make it faster, that's also fine. Okay, that's it for PV-9. Okay guys, so let's clear PV-10 gunshot. This is the boss stage against Lappland Altar right here. She has a very long kit that I will explain as we play. This is the team that I'm using: Logos S1, Virtuosa S1, Aya Altar, Opianus S2, and Gladia S1 with the module, preferably with the module so that Opianus is a lot stronger, but if you don't have the module, it's probably okay. For the fireworks, just try to get the setup where you can cover all of the tiles, and the way you do that is these two. Select these two, and also select these two, and you can either choose number 1 or number 3, so attack speed or burn damage, it doesn't matter. They work equally well, but to be honest, they don't really do anything for me, at least. Okay, first things first, by the way, Virtuosa can be replaced by with Civilite Eterna S2, the one where she expands her balls and they start doing true damage. Okay, Air Altar and Gladia.
Right away.
Okay, so there's a little attack from Lappland Altar. She will basically hit your operators in a very large range with arts damage, but the damage isn't too high, so don't worry about that.
This execution is not worth witnessing.
Gladia and Opianus will be my they will be my lane holders. Virtuosa will be my damage dealer against Lappland Altar. So the thing is that Lappland Altar she actually doesn't have very high defense and resistance, but she has this aura around her. You see this ring around her, which reduces her damage taken by 90%. 90, that is a lot, and that is very painful. Now, don't worry, there is a way to defeat her, which is when Carnival starts. Carnival, remember, is when the fireworks are lit, so the fuse goes to the fireworks. And you see right here, basically you and Lappland are going to start competing to see who can defeat more enemies in this carnival time. So until the fireworks have 0 HP. If you win, Lappland Altar will lose her 90% damage reduction. If you lose, however, that means she wins, the next time the fireworks are lit, they won't give you the buff, which is kind of sad, but you know, it's competition, right? Someone's got to win, someone's got to lose. So one way to play is definitely to use burst damage, which is the time the fireworks being lit with the burst damage of the... Wow, I did not know the drones could actually follow the fireworks. I mean, the drones will follow the fuse. So the one way is to defeat Lappland Altar is to use burst damage against her, time it just right when the fireworks are lit, and then immediately burst her down after the competition ends. You only have about 20 seconds, so you have to use a good burst damage. However, you can also be like me and use necrosis damage, elemental damage basically, or if you have Civilite Eterna and she's dead, Civilite Eterna, you can use true damage. So again, true damage or elemental damage against Lappland work. Preferably necrosis because it does a lot of damage. Also, by the way, small thing to note is that in phase 1, when she's on the stage here, she's considered an area unit. That means you can only hit her with, you know, ranged attacks. Which means that monster and calcite, so calcite, and you deploy monster, you think it'll work, it actually doesn't work. A monster won't be able to hit Lappland altar, which is very unfortunate. Anyway, this is the end of the stage already. Logos is here. Logos was placed down early here to take out enemies, also using necrosis damage, along with Virtuosa, making this extremely powerful. And there you go, mission over. So, summary, as I just said, the summary of this boss fight is that you either use elemental damage or you use true damage to ignore the damage reduction, or you just build up a lot of burst damage, and then as soon as you win the competition, you also need to win the competition against Lappland, just immediately burst her down. Her attacks don't really deal too much damage. Like, honestly, her attacks don't really do a lot of damage. So yeah, that is it for PV-10, and that is it for all the normal stages of the this event. What's this called again? I Portatori dei Velluti. Those are all the normal stages. Do stay tuned for the EX stages and then the S stages. So thank you all so much for watching. This has been Minleaf, YouTube's most skilled issue gamer, signing out, my fellow doctors. Bye bye.